Respond to that, but we got breaking news.
95.7 The Game breaking news.
Per Shams Charania, Warriors forward Andrew Wiggins is cleared to play in Game 1 against the Kings on Saturday. It will be his first game since February 13th. Golden State right now, the Dubs are leaning toward not starting Wiggins, rather bringing him off the bench and injecting him into the game for about 20 to 25 minutes. That's the plan per Shams as of right now. More on that as we ask Steve Kerr about it coming up in about 2.5 hours. But there it is, the first official word that Andrew Wiggins is in for Saturday night.
For 20 to 25 minutes.
20 to 25 minutes, which is only 5 to 7 minutes, maybe less than what his normal role would be.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is the one part, like, you say, who's the wild card factor? I would say Jordan Poole's the wild card factor for Golden State, but this is the second wild card factor. What is Wiggins going to contribute? How is he going to look after 7 weeks off? How many minutes can he play? How effective is he? And is he the same Wiggins that absolutely last year was a strength in the playoffs as far as his ability to defend and rebound?
I'll tell you this. I have a concern that is Wiggins related, but it's not related to him, the individual, and how he's going to play basketball. Will he be a little rusty? Maybe, right? I don't know. I'm sure, though, in this series, he's going to have some good basketball and some good games. What I worry about, and one thing that I do think is an edge in this series for the Kings were healthy all year, and they know exactly what all of their roles are, who does what, night in and night out. Here we go. And they've done it for 82 games, essentially. The Warriors never had that luxury. Jordan Poole, you're a starter. Now you're on the bench. Now you're a starter. Now you're on the bench. Now you're over here. Now Andrew Wiggins is back. You're on the bench. Well, okay. Does that mean who's in the lineup still? DiVincenzo? We saw Sean Devaney write an article about a week and a half ago that talked about the internal concern the Warriors had with regard to their cohesion on the bench. Well, does this help that, or does this make it even worse? Andrew Wiggins is now on your bench. He hasn't been there. So
is he on the bench?
Well, he will be for Game 1, according to this report, that they're leaning that way. He's coming off the bench 20 to 25 minutes. That's the report that the way the Warriors are leaning right now. So that would suggest that now you've got this major presence that's injected into the rotations, and everybody's minutes are going to be affected, everybody's roles, right? You love Moses Moody. Is he playing? Kuminga, are you going to get your normal minutes? I don't know. So my concern, it is a concern that the Kings, everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to go out and do Saturday night. The Warriors feel all year like, well, tonight, here's what we're doing. And they haven't been able to do that with any consistency. So that's one spot where I give the edge to the Kings.
It's interesting. It's a wrinkle that I haven't really factored in. It says exactly how many minutes would Wiggins get? Whose minutes will he take? I'll say this. To me, it's a real concern. Now, I know Wiggins is in his prime, and he's young, and he's lean, and he's got everything going for him as far as this, but he has not played competitive basketball in 7 weeks. There's preseason level, there's early regular season level, there's late regular season level, and then there is playoff level. And he's going to skip all those, skip a lot of that and just jump from inactivity to playoff level. And to me, a month ago, I was asked, make a prediction on the Warriors. And my prediction was they're going to win the first round. Everybody's going to say, look, they flipped the switch. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody key is going to get hurt. And then they are going to struggle against better teams later in the playoffs. And I think they'll fall short of the title. And I'm going to stay with that. But you know what? This is what concerns me. You're going to throw Wiggins out there. To me, you have to have Wiggins to make a deep title run. I would use him. I would not push him because the pace and the tempo of a playoff game is so much greater than the regular season, and he hasn't played even in a regular season game in almost 2 months. I know he's a great athlete, and I know he's lean and everything. He's been working out a little bit, but It's just night and day. And why would you push that? And all of a sudden he gets a groin or a hammy or some kind of soft tissue pull, and now he's missing time where he's diminished. So I just would like to see Steve Kerr play the hot hand. The hot hand right now is Kuminga and Moody, or Moody specifically, but Kuminga and Moody. But get those guys their minutes and work Wiggins back a little slower and don't get him hurt. If he gets hurt and he's out for any period of time, I think their title chances are flushed.
Well, first of all, I think 20 minutes is easing him in. I don't know how you would do less and feel like he's really having an effect on things. And secondly, I just don't know that you can, A, predict injuries, or B, play with a fear of them. Like, you got to go out there and play.
No, I don't think you have to. I think you can.
I don't think he's at any more risk of injury. I mean, I know he hasn't played in 2 months, but he's been back practicing full bore for 2 weeks by the time we get to Saturday.
I think any doctor would tell somebody, hey, man, if you've been inactive, don't just, I mean, I used to work at a gym. I used to sit there on January 1st and watch people come in and sign up their New Year's resolutions. I'm going to get, now granted, they're people, they're not.
He's not doing that. He's been working out.
I know. But I'm just saying, they're also not stepping into an NBA playoff game. This guy's stepping into an NBA playoff game. All I'm saying is, don't be shocked if they try to ramp him up right away, if he winds up with some soft tissue thing in the first 5 to 10 days after coming back. So if I were them, I would just be, even if it was a gradual ramp up, maybe it's 20 minutes, then it's 22 minutes. You don't, be cognizant of the fact this guy's been out for 7 weeks.
I think they will. I mean, this would be a great conversation to have with Steve here in a couple hours, because it sounds to me like they will. And if you only put him out there for 15 minutes, couldn't he still get hurt in those 15 minutes?
He could, but it's about, what I mean? It's about extending.
You got to go with what you got, and you're getting at least a day off, sometimes 2 after every game. Like, I would expect him to be, if this is the role where they start him 20 to 25 minutes. And it would probably be that way for at least, 2-3 games at least. And then, maybe if he looks like Andrew Wiggins, then you start him by game 3 or 4. That would be my guess, but I don't know.
Just get ready for after the first game where he's cutting it loose. Just get ready for that crazy amount of soreness. I mean, everybody's done it. Whether you haven't lifted weights and whatever, you go in the gym, you bench for a while. The next day, you're like, barely, oh, my God.
Right.
You haven't worked out. Even if you're an athlete, you haven't worked out. All of a sudden, now your legs, oh, man, I'm so tight. And they'll take all the precautions. They've got, they got staff. They got all kinds of people that, John Murray's a good buddy of mine. He's over there. He's one of the guys that really gets them ready to go. They'll take all the precautions. I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying, it may not be linear. It may not be like right away he can just keep going up, up, up. There may be a plateau. He may go down. So, it'll be interesting to see how they handle him in the series minute-wise.